Have you ever had that strange feeling? The one where no matter how logical, well-argued and thoughtful your reasoning is, some people still don't take you seriously. Frustrating, isn't it? Most people think you have to raise your voice, speak louder, and impose yourself with volume to earn respect. However, the truth lies elsewhere. It is not in the strength of your voice that power resides, but in the precision of what you say. One well-placed sentence is worth 1,000 shouts. That is real authority. Just imagine for a moment. You walk into a meeting, a family argument, or even a casual conversation, and suddenly you drop a sentence. Simple, calm, but so powerful that everyone stops, listens, and most importantly, respects you. Today I'm going to share with you 5 sentences you can use to instantly inspire respect, no matter who you are talking to, a boss, a friend, or even a stranger. In addition, the best part, you won't need to raise your voice. Stay with me until the end of this video, because the third sentence is especially powerful. Used at the right moment, it can literally transform how others perceive you. Even the most critical ones will fall into impressed silence. Respect is not demanded, it is demonstrated. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it." In addition, in the art of earning respect, that means one essential thing. Staying calm is not weakness, it's strength. The Stoics understood these centuries ago. For them, a well-chosen word was like an arrow, small, but able to pierce any armor. Think about that for a moment. From antiquity until today, those who make an impact are not the ones who shout the loudest, but those who speak with clarity, serenity, and a natural authority that comes from self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius, emperor and philosopher, ruled an entire empire without ever losing his composure. He knew true respect doesn't come from power but from example. In addition, in your modern life, whether in a meeting, a debate, or facing a stranger, you don't need to shout. You just need the right words. So here are the 5 sentences to keep in mind, and above all, to use at the right moment. Sentence 1. I understand your point of view, but I disagree. At first glance, it's simple, almost ordinary. Yet, it's incredibly effective. It shows you're listening, that you respect the other person's opinion, while firmly asserting your own position. You're not criticizing. You're not being aggressive. You're not justifying yourself. You're staying in control. Imagine you're in a meeting. Someone puts forward a weak idea. You could stay silent or say, "That's absurd," but instead you calmly reply, "I understand your point of view, but I disagree." That sets the frame. It shows independent thinking without confrontation. This is exactly what the Stoics called separating emotion from judgment. You don't need to prove. You're right in front of everyone. You simply state that you think differently, and that alone commands respect. Sentence 2. I don't find that appropriate. There are moments when certain remarks or behaviors cross the line, and often we don't know how to react without escalating the situation. That's where this sentence becomes invaluable. Short, direct, hard to challenge. Imagine someone makes an inappropriate joke or remark. You could nervously laugh or stay silent, but instead you calmly look at them and say, "I don't find that appropriate." Nothing more. No need to explain. You've just set a clear boundary. This phrase acts like a strong signal. You don't tolerate what you consider disrespectful. And without shouting, you invite the other person to reconsider their behavior. Seneca, another great Stoic, said, He who respects himself inspires respect. By using this phrase calmly, you embody that invisible dignity that deeply influences those around you. Sentence 3. Let's talk about this when it can be done respectfully. Here's a phrase that on the surface interrupts a conversation, but in reality takes back control. It's neither a refusal nor avoidance. It's a reset. Imagine someone starts attacking you verbally, interrupting, raising their voice. Instead of matching their tone, you stay calm, take a breath and say, "Let's talk about this when it can be done respectfully." Instantly, the dynamic shifts. You're no longer the target. You're the one setting the rules of dialogue. You show you're willing to talk, but not at any cost. As Epictetus taught, you can't control others, but you can always control your reaction. And this phrase demonstrates exactly that. Use it, and you'll see the tone drop. People go quiet and listen to you differently. Sentence 4. I'd rather not continue this conversation. This is a phrase that ends things without drama. It means one very clear thing. You choose where to put your energy. Imagine an endless debate with someone closed-minded, more intent on winning than understanding. Instead of exhausting yourself, you calmly cut it short. I'd rather not continue this conversation. You're not running away. You're choosing, and that choice inspires instant respect. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." This phrase is the modern application of that wisdom. You refuse to play their game, and that's what gives you the moral high ground. Sentence 5. That's your opinion, I respect it, but I don't share it. Last phrase, but far from the least. It combines two major strengths, courtesy and determination. You acknowledge the other's right to their opinion, but you remain firm in your own. No confrontation necessary. Imagine a colleague, friend, or family member trying hard to change your mind. Instead of getting dragged into a pointless debate, you simply say, "That's your opinion, I respect it, but I don't share it." And that's it. You end the pressure while keeping the relationship intact. As Seneca said, being a prisoner of others, opinions is the worst prison. This phrase is a key to freeing yourself. It shows you can listen without submitting. Recap the 5 sentences to master. 1. I understand your point of view, but I disagree. 2. I don't find that appropriate. 3. Let's talk about this when it can be done respectfully. 4. I'd rather not continue this conversation. 5. That's your opinion, I respect it, but I don't share it. If you learn to say them calmly, confidently, and consistently, you'll notice a real difference. People will start to take you seriously, weigh their words, and pay attention to how they speak to you. Because respect isn't forced. It's earned through the harmony of your words, your attitude, and your inner calm. Respect is not gained by raising your voice, but by embodying quiet strength, a presence that speaks for itself. By staying firm without aggression, clear without condescension, you naturally command respect around you. And if you integrate these 5 phrases into your way of communicating, you'll see that you no longer need to shout to be heard. You no longer need to impose yourself to be respected. Subscribe to the channel if you want to learn how to speak, think and act with the wisdom of the greatest minds, and transform your words into powerful tools for your daily life. And now tell me in the comments, which of these phrases will you use first? I can't wait to read your answer. See you soon.